So you guys should all have been added to that through your emails. And I'll send out an email about this too. But basically there's a calendar which has all of our events on there. There's the PowerPoints in case you want to, I guess, relook at our PowerPoints and different files like those disclosure forms for the play day. And then also this is where you can set up your committees and set up different things you want to do, and then that's where you can communicate with the members with that. And we have a guest speaker, Mario, a club founder and a medical student, also class of 2016 president at the med school.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Why is everyone like, get excited, this is BDA. Moving on. So anyways, like Andrew said, my name is Mario Anamaj. Last year I was the president. How many of you guys remember me from last year? How many of you guys liked me last year? How many of you guys left the org because of me last year? Okay, that's good. Okay, so first of all I just want to say thank you to all of you for coming here to learn more about BDA and all that we have to offer. We have a ton to offer you guys, but in this meeting that we're going to have today, we're going to make it pretty short. We couldn't include everything, so you're going to have to go to the second one to learn more about it. So at the org fair, I was the guy, I was there for a couple hours because I'm kind of busy now, so I can't really comment to everything that BDA offers, but I was there for a couple hours and I was trying to record everyone, so I might have yelled a couple of things like, if you join this org, you are guaranteed acceptance into med school. Okay, that's a lie. So I apologize if I miscommunicated about that. And then I might have said something like, if you're pre-med, this org is great for you. If you're not pre-med, this org is okay. This org is great for you if you're not pre-med, in case you're confused. All right. A little bit about my background. So, like all of you, I was an undergraduate here at Madison. My major was biology. I got a BS in it. It doesn't stand for bullshit, even though biology major is kind of yeah. I also did the Global Health Certificate. How many of you know about the Global Health Certificate here on campus? Okay, a lot of you. That's a great certificate, so good job. The rest of you should look into it. If you have questions, let me know, because I can give you more advice on that. So originally I'm from Albania. I put that piece of information in here because you might hear me say Albania every other sentence from now on, because I talk about it like none other. So I'm sorry about that. 10 years ago I moved to Milwaukee, and my family has been in Milwaukee ever since. And then from Milwaukee, like I said, I came here to Madison. So currently I'm a M1. M1 stands for first year medical student at the UW School of Medicine and Public Health. My interest there is in pediatrics or surgery. We have plenty of time to decide on that, and those are two different extremes. We've been in school for about a month right now, so we're about to start our first round of exams soon. So after those exams, I might join you guys in undergrad, because if I fail those, then I'll be back here. So yeah. Did someone say, aw, that's cute. Alright, so another thing that you guys should know about me, I'm pretty bad at American sayings. I say things like, kill two stones with one bird, which is swinging a bunt. Or I might say something like, you know, I heard a good quote the other day that relates to this. It went something like, something, the way you want to be treated, or something like that. So if I do that throughout this meeting, or maybe upcoming meetings, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, that's who I am, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go a little bit into the origins of BDA. I apologize that these slides aren't fancy. I didn't put that much effort into it. I love this org, I put a lot of effort into the org, but I didn't have enough time to make it all pretty stuff. So I started thinking about BDA, about creating an org like BDA at the end of my sophomore year. I had a job at the hospital. My job was to, so it's kind of a weird job. I had to follow the doctors around to the patient's room, and I had to record on camera their interaction, like the patient-doctor interaction, in order for us to like analyze if it was a good interaction, bad interaction, etc. I wasn't too clear on what my job was, actually, to be honest, so it was kind of awkward. So whenever I went into the patient rooms, I'd set up, get my little camera thing ready. I don't even know why I had the job, because I'm not really technologically, like, what's that word, technologically savvy. So I go in there and ask the doctor, like, so this red button is the one, right? And they'd be like, yeah, hit it. And then I hit it. And then after that, instead of, like, being aware of like harm recording from getting good angles or whatever. I would really get interested into like what the doctor was actually discussing with the patients. So I kind of did a poor job of doing my actual job. So I was really intrigued by the cases that I heard the doctor talking to the patients with. They were mostly chronic conditions, the patients that we got to see, especially cardiovascular disease. How many of you guys know a little bit about cardiovascular disease and how big a problem it is currently in the United States? Okay, a lot of you. Okay, so that's what kind of triggered me. It made me think like, you know, how could this have been prevented? What could it be done to not reach the stage? So I was thinking about upstream factors, and upstream factors are just the preventative aspects of life, so exercising, diet, nutrition, etc. And then I was thinking like, okay, so we're in Madison. Madison's a pretty proactive city when it comes to health-related stuff. And I went to the orgs page and just looked around at different orgs to see if there was an organization that kind of tackled this aspect of medicine and healthcare, and there wasn't. So that was kind of the triggering idea. After I recorded the interaction with the doctor and the patient, I'd take a couple minutes just to talk to the patient for a little bit. So one patient with cardiovascular disease, they were going to have surgery done, I think, in a month. That's what they were talking to the doctor with. So at the end of they were talking to me, they said, oh, what I would give to go back in time to start over, meaning to change their habits and whatever, so that they wouldn't have to reach that unhealthy state that they were in. So that kind of really inspired me to actually, you know, make my idea, you know, make that happen and try to start an org where students work towards preventative care and implementing that kind of care that's so crucial to individuals these days, especially in the United States. As you guys know, we have big issues with poor eating, lack of exercise. We're supposed to get 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week, which I'm sure that's hard for me to do, and I'm sure it's hard for all of you to do at times. Okay, so the main groups that we concentrate on are college students and younger kids, so kids from elementary schools that we work with. We really want to make sure that we help them at least develop their healthy lifestyle so that they don't end up like that gentleman that I met at the hospital where he was saying, well, I wish I could go back in life to prevent this from happening. So through this org, through BBA, my vision was to have a group of kids work on developing an infrastructure that can help individuals develop healthy life habits. I'm going to stop using this to keep like, you know, so I'm just going to talk like this from now on. Okay, like I was mentioning, this time period, these ages are the most important in terms of determining health habits. I think after college, a lot of these habits that we have, they kind of get solidified in our lives, so it's really hard to change your habits when you're 40 or 50. So I think it's very important to make sure that we start now. So the way I envisioned BBA to work was have 20 to 25 students tackling health issues around Madison and designing opportunities and ideas that we can use in order to help others with their health. Oh, by the way, as Andrew mentioned, last year we were called the Badger Volunteering Association. This year we're Bucky Volunteering Association. We changed the name. We voted on the name change, and I threw a couple ideas in there. I was gonna try to rename it something like, I don't know, Mario's Volunteering Association, Mario and Friends, or just Mario. That got shut down. Okay, so this is what the vision grew into. We're obviously a pretty large org. We're a multifaceted organization here on campus. So we grew from just being a preventative care aspect of the organization to this kind of multidisciplinary org that connects you guys to your passions and your interests. I think about half of you, at least last year, about half of our members were pre-health, and the other half were not. And they stuck with us throughout the year because we do provide plenty of opportunities for both groups. We do have a very unique goal, like I said, which is preventive care is our main theme. No other org on campus concentrates solely on that like we do. And we want to make sure that we expose all of you to medical opportunities. For those of you that are interested especially, this is important because during your first couple of years is when you really try to decide what you want to go into. So that's why we try to bring in different guest speakers every meeting, from surgeons to doctors to nurses, etc., PA, whatever you guys are interested into. Just let us know. We're very open, or we're very receptive to your input. So in order for us to make sure that we get the proper speakers, you need to let us know. So please communicate with us. So, a year ago, people didn't know what BBA was. One of the members that I talked to actually at our first meeting, like, hey bro, is this work for like a bunch of Bavarian kids or something? Do you have to be Bavarian? He's like, I think I am. Where's Bavaria again? I don't know how that confused them, like the BB acronym I guess stands for Bavaria or something, but so basically what that point is trying to imply that last year we weren't a well-known org. We didn't have many connections. We were starting from scratch. I remember calling up these people right here that are serving me today as the officers. Hey guys, so I got this idea. I want to start this org. Can you guys help me out? After they said a couple no's and hung up the phone, I called them again, connected with them. We brought them into a building, started working on some ideas for you guys to actually, take off. So starting with 25 people at the end of my sophomore year, we grew into an org that had registered online about 700 people and active members about 100 to 150, which was a really, really, really large growth from what I envisioned. So I'm really proud of that, and I hope to continue that kind of energy. I'm really, really sad that I won't be able to be a part of this org like I was last year. Obviously, I'm still going to be part of this org and come to as many meetings as I can and volunteer alongside you guys. But just because I won't be here doesn't mean I'm not watching you guys, so you better volunteer. Yeah, so the officers, they are some of the amazing people, some of the most amazing people that I've ever met. They worked very, very hard this past year. As you can imagine, a new org with all of us who none of us had experience in creating an organization or setting up the infrastructure or events, etc. None of us knew what we were doing, so they did an amazing job working with me and working with each other, working with others and deans, and etc. FYI, we are Lodi Burkham's second favorite org. So today we are one of the larger orgs at UW, one of the larger community health orgs. We have many different initiatives that we have implemented thus far that Angie talked a little bit about. And then we'll get to a little bit more about the products at our second meeting, our next meetings. I'd like to think that we have begun to reshape the health of college students around UW-Madison. A lot of the stuff that we did last year, that we started last year, I think has been really impactful to them, and I'm sure they really appreciate it. We have been able to form many different partnerships. The Dean's Cup activity that Andrew was working on, those are some of our other partners, other pre-health orgs on campus that we do a lot of events and activities with. Obviously, because I'm in the med school now, I'll have a lot of connections to the health professionals that I can bring over here to come and speak to you guys. Another thing that we're planning on doing is having like a med student panel come and talk to you guys to give you advice, tips about how to get into your program, whether that's PA or med school or nursing, etc. So we have different connections formed that we've worked to form throughout last year. And not only do I recognize kind of the effort that we put into helping to reshape health around Madison, but UW-Madison itself has recognized our work. Last year, 2 of our members received Bucky Awards. Bucky Awards are at the end of the year and go to anyone that's been active in any organization out of the thousands of orgs here in Madison are eligible to win a Bucky Award. And 2 of our members actually were